Hi everybody, I'm Chef Ellen back again for your wonderful kale recipe. Today we're going to make kale with dried cranberries and almonds. You can do this with pine nuts, it's absolutely delicious, but they are exorbitantly priced right now. So we're going to do it with almonds and save you a little money. How about that? So as we showed you in the video, we washed and drained our kale. I have it all cut up in the bowl for you. But before we do anything with the kale, I want to show you the ingredients. It's so simple. You're going to need extra virgin olive oil. You're going to need extra virgin olive oil. Raw slivered almonds or sliced. These are slivered, the slices are just thinner slices. Dried cranberries, about 1/2 cup, more or less if you like. And 2 or 3 cloves of fresh garlic. And that's it. So I'm going to show you a little trick that you can do with your kale so that it will cook a little bit more quickly. It's called chiffonade. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to put these almonds in a heated pan to toast. Now you got to keep your eye on these things so they don't burn. It only takes 1 or 2 minutes, but we want them toasted ahead of time, so that's all you have to do over there. And in order to chiffonade the kale, you're just going to take, I have left the last few leaves here, pile them one on top of each other, and roll them up like a big fat cigar. Okay, then you're going to take your knife. This is my Santuco knife. I love this knife. And just rock it back and forth and chop little 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch slices as thin as you can get them. Watch your fingers. This is where you could lose a few digits. And that's it. So, we're going to put a little olive oil in the big pan. This is a 12-inch skillet. You're going to need a little bigger skillet to start with because, as you can see, the kale starts out really voluminous and it's going to shrink down to next to nothing. You'll see when we're done. You're going to heat up that oil. And these are starting to cook. As soon as they're just light brown, which is going to be in about 30 seconds, they're almost there, then they're ready. We're going to shut them off. Just want to get this oil covering the pan. Okay, they're perfect. Just a little bit brown. And then this pan is still hot, so we're going to move it away from the heat so they don't continue to cook too much. And needs another minute or so. Just a few more seconds, actually. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put all this kale in here. This is exactly how easy this is. Are you ready? Kale, give it a little stir. Cranberries, mix them all through. If you find that your kale is sticking, you can add a little olive oil or turn your heat down just a tiny little bit. Now we're going to throw in the garlic. Really doesn't get much easier than this. Aside from cleaning the kale, which as we showed you in our first video, it's really simple. There's literally nothing to this. add a little bit more cranberries. I'm going to give you a recipe with amounts, but if you like cranberries, add more. If you're not crazy about them, you can do this with raisins. You can use walnuts instead of almonds. But this is guaranteed to be absolutely delicious. I'm going to add another drop of olive oil. Just one more drizzle on the pan. Okay, our kale is done, and you can see what happened to that gigantic bowl of kale. We have about maybe 3 or 4 cups here. So we're just going to take the toasted almonds on top. That might be enough. Okay, we need a few more almonds. I had to find my pot holder. Another thing you shouldn't try at home is picking up a hot pot with your bare hand. Not a good idea. And that's it, folks. It's done. A little salt. I put a little in before. A little freshly ground black pepper. And we're good to go. Delicious greens.